reconvene to our regular session. And to get our regular session started, would you please stand and cite the Pledge of Allegiance with me?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you so much. And since we do not have minutes to approve, we're just going to head right into item number 5, which is our superintendent's presentations. Dr. Cooper.
All right, thank you so much, and thank you everybody for being here this evening, whether you're here in person or you're tuning in online or watching this after the meeting. We are so happy about the superintendent presentations this evening. The first one is our wayfinding video, and just a reminder, each month we put together a wayfinding video. Tracy Carson, our public information officer, and her team put that together to just dive down into the district to show and share a story of something happening in the district to help people to just get to know our story better. We're a big district, but we're a tight community, and so this is one way of doing that. Tracy, you want to talk to us about it?
Tonight's wayfinding video offers a look at one of our Student Journey Day community quests from our last Journey Day on February 13th. Students worked alongside MHS alum Rick Boyle, who owns Creative Contracting, and the students transformed reclaimed pallet wood into raised garden beds that will soon grow fresh food on the Mason Elementary and Mason Intermediate campus. Guided by Tim King, a legendary educator and now leading our outdoor wellness and leadership program, students learned basic carpentry skills while working side by side with mentors from Mason High School's Science National Honor Society. Experiences like this show how Student Journey Days create meaningful learning opportunities at scale, connecting students with community partners and helping Comets discover new interests, purpose, and potential.
I was invited here today by Tim King. He has taken some old scrap wood pallets and he is making some raised planting beds. So we were brought on board just to kind of help some of the students with some basic carpentry skills to take that raw material, make these planting beds that will also ultimately be used here at the school. Anybody that knows me or anybody in our company knows that we're passionate about the skilled trades, about passing along these basic carpentry skills. And this is just one more opportunity for us to show some of these students how to use a tape measure, how to use a drill, how to safely use power tools to build something productive and useful in life.
My job this year is outdoor wellness and leadership. So we have all three of those things, I think, going on here this morning. These are going to go outdoors. We're going to fill them with soil and start growing food. The food will be healthy, so that's a type of wellness. But also, I think the students feel really good about creating something and all kinds of leadership going on here too. We have the high school students are from Science National Honor Society, and it's amazing what a great job they're doing of leading the 5th and 6th grade students.
It's very cool. Actually, one of the girls was like, oh my God, I would love to join Science National Honor Society. So I think it's really cool to see that they're going to be one day in our shoes. Yeah, I think it's really neat. I like mentoring kids and like learning about their experiences. So it's also really nice to come back and like tell them about how like the different experiences I had in like intermediate and middle school like influenced my choices in high school. So that's also really meaningful.
I think it matters because it'll help out a lot with some of the science classes so that kids can actually experience stuff instead of just hearing about it. We have to work together and help out for a bigger cause and help out Mr. King with the boxes because he can't do everything himself.
We have a lot of integrity on display. We have leadership on display. Everybody showed up at 9 a.m. like they were supposed to. I asked them to bring gloves and a Phillips head screwdriver, and wouldn't you know, as they got out of their cars, they have gloves and a Phillips head screwdriver. So a lot of responsibility on display here this morning.
I think it's really cool that on their journey day, they came out of their way to come and do something for the community that's already showing like great skills of a comment. That's great to see, like even for us, it's like amazing to work with them. But
Yeah, I think one of the biggest things I've seen in terms of like the portrait of a combat skills is like the values of like service, because that's I think a big value that Mason fosters, and their like passion for serving the community by building these beds and like inspiring that culture of service is something that they're going to carry into high school, which is really awesome.
I think it's fantastic when we get the opportunity to take skills that we've got, pass them along to the next generation, and build something that'll last beyond all of us. So these students will be able to come back, see the plants that are grown, the fruits that are grown, what these boxes will ultimately yield. And I just think that's a neat component of our industry, that we get to build things that last.
Special thanks to Rick Boyle, Creative Contracting, and everyone that's partnered with our Outdoor Wellness and Leadership, and Tim King for continuing to make a huge impact in our community. Our next presentation is a special group. We have gained so much from this group over our lifetime. You think about in your life in general, the voices that you've heard. I remember when I was a kid listening on the radio to all kinds of sports and things going on. I lived in Indiana, so the Indy 500 would be on the radio, and I'd be out shooting hoops, and that would just be part of my growing up. Well, then you get into our scene now, and there are families all around that want to plug into our sports and find out what's going on. And the voice behind the scene, the champion of champions tonight, we are honoring our Mason Sports Radio, and this is a special group of people. I mean, going back to, I remember Adam and Andrew were just here a second ago, and they were the voices, Big Ben and so many other famous voices that have led the way, and now we have a group behind me of the champion of champions. So I'm going to invite Mr. Dale Connor, who is really the brilliance behind this, that had the vision for this, that continues to plant the seeds, coach, grow these young people into their voices. And so if you could tell us a little bit about it and hand it over to whoever you have ready to do that. Thank you, Mr. Connor.
Well, if I stand up here very long, this will turn into a Baptist service, and we'll be here for a while. But it is a privilege to work in a school district that encourages taking risks, creative collaborations, and I'm just a small part of hundreds of staff members who do this every day and thrive in the culture that's been created here, that's supported by a tremendous Board of Education and academic leaders. And actually a couple of our board members kind of are freelancers for us, so we do appreciate the work that they do when sometimes we can't make it to an event and all of a sudden Mr. Galvin has play-by-play coverage of it, and we get it out there. Mr. Orr is a great champion of our journalistic entities that we support here, and Mr. Still even trusted us with his son over the summer and worked with our crew. So as much as I'd like to brag, and I can do that a lot, I think our parents that showed up and their trust, it doesn't happen if parents don't. I know sometimes the kids go home and probably complain about me. The parents trust it, and they know that it's a tough love sometimes. But rather than me stand here, because they're the ones who do the work. They make me look good. I'm the Mike Krzyzewski. I get the championship trophies, and they do all the work. But Daniel Panetti is our student leader. He's been a part of Mason Sports Radio since his freshman year. He is the champion of our program. He is the billboard for our program. And rather than me stand here for 15 minutes, Daniel, would you just come up and talk a little bit about your experience and introduce your staff members, or however we decide to introduce them. But thank you, parents. Thank you to our tremendous board for supporting a very creative school, progressive school that affords these opportunities. Now, Daniel's got some great terms he uses when calling a live game. Dial it back a little. All right.
I'll do my best. So, hello everyone, thanks for having us. My name is Daniel Panetti. I am a senior at Mason High School. It's my 4th year with Mason Sports Radio. This year is the student executive director. For those who just don't know who we are, as a quick overview, we are the student-led Mason Sports Media and Broadcasting group here at Mason High School. We serve kind of 2 big purposes in our program of our live broadcasts, as well as our media and social media kind of departments as well. You look at what we've kind of done this year. We are a program that has been following our Mason varsity athletics throughout the entirety of the school year, from all the way back, it feels like forever ago, but football back in the fall, the soccer's, volleyballs, to now upcoming with the spring, baseball, softball, lacrosse, and all of varsity sports in that manner. We look at over on the YouTube side, you can find all of our live broadcasts on the We Are NBC YouTube channel that we share with the NBC news broadcasts as well. And it's been a tremendous year for our broadcast side, as on our YouTube page we have just gotten over 60,000 views for our broadcast so far this year, which is a really big milestone that just shows the work that not just myself or Mr. Connor, but this entire group of people who spend a lot of their nights working and helping our group bring everything to you all at home, and everyone around the country of Mason alums, Mason families, and everyone kind of in this Mason community. And that's a part of our live broadcast that I feel like is so awesome about what we do, is that it gives us high schoolers a chance to really connect with the Mason community, not just the people sitting in this room locally, but as well as we'll get people saying, I have an aunt down in Florida, and she's able to watch her son play in his senior night basketball game because of our live broadcast. And that's something that just means so much to us, and that's why we put in so many hours. This group does what we do. And also on our social media side as well, Mason Sports Radio on Instagram and Twitter, we've been having an awesome year for a bunch of different ways of digital media, through graphic design work, video editing, photography, videography, plenty of different ways that this group is able to really showcase what they're able to do. And another big thing is our Instagram alone, with over 2,000 followers, has reached over 2 million views across this entire school year throughout the fall and the winter season, just through all the countless things that this entire group is able to produce. And it's just something I am so incredibly grateful and proud to be a part of. And another big thing that this group has done that I've loved so much is that they've really used Mason Sports Radio as kind of a launch pad into having their professional media careers be developed as well. I look at some people, sorry to name drop you guys, but Owen Hurley, Isabella Flores, Chase Cornish, just a couple of people who have kind of used our program a little bit to build a bit of a rapport and a portfolio for themselves, to where they were even able to get some really cool opportunities to go do photography and videography at the University of Miami and do some things for the Miami Redhawks basketball team, which with the year they're having, not too bad. But some other awesome things like Wittenberg Lacrosse, Headlines Lacrosse. It's been really awesome seeing not only the work that they've been able to do for our program, but also build confidence in themselves to be able to take it out and go do some external work and thrive in a media world and kind of set themselves up for success, especially down the line. Another thing, I don't mean to keep on rambling to you guys, but something I'm so very proud of that we've done this year is that we've really expanded our reach in our group. We've been able to be joined by a couple of awesome middle schoolers this year and trying to make Mason Sports Radio not just a high school club, but really a full Mason program to everyone around. We had 2 awesome middle schoolers come and help us work a basketball game versus Lakota East earlier this year, and I have another middle schooler as well who's been flooding my emails, eager to get how can I get involved, how can I get involved. And that's one of the best things that you can see as someone in charge of the program, is seeing people have all this drive and being able to want to get themselves involved. It's just something that I've been so incredibly proud to be a part of over these last 4 years, and just seeing how far that this program has really come.
We'll give you a chance to introduce your team there so that we can get to know them too.
I'll introduce these guys right here. This is Ben Candel, a junior in our program. Isabella Flores right here. Owen Hurley right next to her. Chris Toby, that guy in the glasses right there. Avi Kamerzetti right next to him. And then James Froelich, the one in that white shirt down the line. Going up top, you guys met Mr. Connor. You know him pretty well. As well as Jacob Cameraman and Katie Halligan. Next to him, Nick Amaro, Grayson Rice, and Chase Cornish. That's a handful of names to try and remember. It's a very good thing I've been a part of with these guys for so long.
I have a
student who is
the choir right now, who's one of our broadcasters.
Trevor.
Another one is performing out on the baseball field. So, they couldn't be here tonight, obviously.
Daniel, I had a question for you. How long has this been a club?
This has been a club even longer since I've joined. I don't even know if I could tell you when this whole program started, but this has been something, Mason Sports Radio, that's been around for such a long time, bringing broadcast, live media to everyone around, and it's been really cool to see, especially the people who have came before me. Mr. Cooper, I know you mentioned Adam and Andrew Little.
Yeah.
That's just a couple of people, as well as Alyssa Feinblatt, Ben Haller, some of the people before us who have really left this program better than they found it. It's something that Mr. Connor really likes to say.
In this form, we're about 10 years old.
Okay.
There you go.
We're kind of a smaller fledgling, trying to do some just audio broadcasting of some games before that. And then we just went ahead and went to the other end of the pool and jumped in the deep end. So we're not going to wait around anymore. But in this form, it's about 10 years old.
Okay.
With a full video broadcast, with some social media. Obviously, Daniel's helped grow the social media this year to
Right.
unbelievable stats.
Right. So this is the team plus there's two others that could be here.
We have a couple that are performing right now. In
Yeah.
fact, when I walked in, I saw Trevor in his green bow tie. Which we probably should have him come down, but maybe sing the national anthem. But he's in the choir, which I think is what's cool is people singing here are involved in other things too. And you know, there's great partnerships between our sports teams and our choir groups and our other groups that, you know, we don't tell them you gotta pick, because we got a group that says you go do those things you like to do too, we'll cover for you. And I think that's, you know, Isaac Bargo, he wanted to be here tonight. He's one of our on-air voices that is absolutely amazing. In fact, he partnered with Coach Richards earlier this year, and Isaac was like hoping that the baseball game was going to be played last night, but it got moved for the pending weather, and he was kind of bummed out about it. But that's what I think is pretty cool is we've got people who are involved in a lot of things here. And obviously, we know how many programs Mason has, and when there's so many opportunities, you really want to try to sample them all.
For sure. Well, and you all are a year-round sport, right? I mean, you're covering all the sports, so there's no break for you.
No off-season.
No off-season.
Yeah, I
Thank
think
you
they
for being
started
here.
working when we started working for this year at the end of last year with preparing graphics and setups for, so when we got into August and the first Friday night football game was here, we didn't want to treat the first Friday night like it was the first Friday night. They wanted to be in full game form, so Daniel did a lot of work over the summer, and then we have a few other people who did some partnerships with the football program to help create some extra video content for them, and they kind of worked as interns for the football program. So as Daniel mentioned, some of our students have actually been able to take these skill sets and apply them outside, and in some cases even get paid.
That's amazing. And to develop this kind of skill, to have this opportunity, I mean, it seems like it would be rare. Where do you practice? You know, you've got this great launch pad here at Mason where we have so many different activities. And I can tell with you, there's no dead air space. You can fill the waves. So I loved your presentation. Thank you.
So when I think about what you all do, I think in two words: culture and legacy. And on the culture front, like I'm kind of just trying to rack my brain and think about dollar for dollar, or however you want to say it, the impact of a program or the impact of one group of people on the entire culture of our, not just our school district, but our Mason community. I mean, you all make a big place feel small and make everybody feel connected to something that is just so fun and so central to who we are, and celebrate who we are as a district, and let so many people be a part of that. And you can, it's alumni, it's here, people here in Mason, it's people who are traveling like my family was a couple years ago when the state championship. I hate to admit where we were when we were listening to the broadcast. We were at the Arlington National Cemetery. We found a very secluded place where it was respectful that we could celebrate at the end of the game. But we were able to experience that from Washington D.C. and that means a lot. And then on the legacy side, as the father of one of those 7th graders, I mean, you're already building the legacy for people who want to get into high school, but now you're starting to build the legacy down into our younger grades and showing them what that could look like and giving them something to build into. And so
Matt,
that's going to continue.
Is it your son that's burning up his email? You're trying to get it.
He's the one who already did the basketball team. But just thank you all for like making that so much fun. And it wasn't a sales job. It was just the joy was coming from all of you as they experienced that. So thank you for letting them be a part of it.
Thank you. Thank you for being a support to us.
Absolutely.
I like that you mentioned legacy, because that's what I keep thinking about. And I was thinking as you were talking, what are the qualities of somebody younger that might not even know that they wanted to get into sports radio? What are the things that might be brewing inside of a younger student that would lead them to be successful and passionate about the things that you guys are currently doing so successfully?
Well, I mean, all it takes is passion and drive it and kind of a want to get involved, and that's something that's so good about sports radio, is that there's so many different things that you can do to get the most out of this program. This isn't something where it's like, well, if you don't want to be on air, I don't know what to tell you. There's so many different pathways that people can take, and people always kind of find something that they really love and then even branch out afterwards. So for people who may be younger in the middle school grades or younger in high school, it's just sports doesn't even have to be something that you really love. I mean, not to call you out, but I look at Chris Toby right here. I'll be honest with you guys, I don't think he knows how many points a touchdown is worth. He may not even know what that is, but Chris has been one of the MVPs to our Mason Sports Radio team so far this year, just because of his work ethic and how much that he's wanted to get involved into our program and really be a team player for people like us. And that's something that just sticks out so much, is that the skill set isn't even something that really matters a whole lot. And of course, if you be in it for a while, maybe you can build some of those reporting skills or media skills, but it's really just about having that want to get involved and having that want to maybe go to a game or edit that video, just trying something, and you're always going to find somewhere in this program that you're going to really love.
I love that so very much, and I'm so thankful you mentioned that you don't even have to be a sports enthusiast, because when you were going through your presentation, which was so fantastic, you were mentioning all the different ways you're involving media and photography and videography and technology and all these different things that aren't necessarily just sports focused. So just this opportunity to be able to be on a production team itself. So thank you so much for all you guys do. This is amazing.
Chris definitely is. That was a great point about not knowing how much. Chris, we met Chris. I don't know how we stumbled on it. That's the great thing about our program. Sometimes we accidentally find people, and when we saw what he could do, we voluntold him that he was going to get involved in our program. But he's a graphic animator, and if you go to the ESPYs this spring, you'll see some of his animations. But we saw one, and we're like, you're on our team. And then he said, can you do this? And I said, how long do you need? He said, I'll have it for you tomorrow. And then we knew we loved him. So his animations, his artwork is amazing, and that's just a great example of just how Daniel gets people all in the fold. And when you talk about legacy, we could definitely go on about that, couldn't we, Daniel? Because that's one of our foundations. In fact, at the beginning of the year, we talk about legacy, leaving it better than you found it, leaving your stamp on things. Sweep the sheds. We read the book. Some of us read the book Legacy several years ago, and I always bring in excerpts of that. But we've got all kinds of little cliches we throw around the room, and that's one of them is leave it better than you found it. And I don't know what that looks like for each person. And for Daniel, what his leaving it better than he found it might be different than what Adam Little decided to leave it better than he found it. But I know this: the people who are going to take over for him, they got their work cut out for them.
They're going to do a great job.
Well, I don't know when it was I first became aware of the Mason Sports Radio program and the Chronicle and just the high standard and the legacy of just journalism broadly in our district. But it was around the time that I began being a board member, and I still keep in touch with some of the alums. I remember distinctly Aiden Crowley was a guy that interviewed me during halftime of a playoff football game down at St. X Stadium, and actually like got a little scoop because we were getting ready to put a levy on the ballot in 2020, and he asked, I'm thinking we're up there just kind of talking sports and stuff, and he goes, so what's the deal with this levy? What are we going? I'm like, oh wow, we're going here already. Okay, so but he, watching his career go and now he's, I think he's in Evansville area covering teams over there. I bumped into Ben Holler last summer before he got to ride this magical IU football season that he's been on. I know, some of those names you guys might know, some of them might be just a little bit before your time, but just seeing, first of all, in the years that I've been on the board, I think this is the first time we've been able to recognize the whole program as one. I think we've had individuals from time to time that have received awards and recognition from the state or from other entities, and that's been great and stuff. But this really does feel like kind of a watershed year and a moment for just recognizing the program, and you guys get to enjoy that and experience that moment. But it really does speak to your predecessors and the students that came before you, the parents that supported them, and everybody that has built into this program over the years. That this is probably long overdue recognition for the work you guys do and stuff. But I can't tell you how much I appreciate it personally. I've got 3 little ones at home, and we can't make it to a lot of the games and stuff, but I listen or watch to as many as our broadcast, and it is preferable to me. I know I turned in the girls basketball game for the playoffs against Fairmont, yeah. And I started off on the paid subscription, and I'm like listening to the guy, and I'm like, all right, I can't take this anymore. So I synced it up. I synced the camera work up with the audio and was listening to our guys' broadcast it the rest of the way. I was just so grateful that I had an alternative to change to. And I know that as you guys have grown, the coverage has gone beyond, just once upon a time, I think it was just football and maybe basketball as well. And I know that it's so appreciated by all the kids. And I also think that, I can't imagine the pressure and the feeling that you feel, not just in, curating all those moments, but as people see your work and they see and they know what you guys are capable of. I know that the requests and the, passing in the hallway and the, hey, you think next game maybe you could, try and get a picture of me or get a video of this or do a little shout out to that or whatever. Like I'm sure that it is just tremendous preparation and work that goes into every game and every production that you guys do. So we are so fortunate to have you guys, and I think it was also very cool the way the Inquirer featured you guys with Elder earlier this year. Very deserving that you were, let's face it, you guys were, I think, the first really in this area, in this region, to have this kind of a program, and that has led to what I think makes you all kind of the standard when it comes to high school, coverage of these kinds of events. And so it's very appropriate that you were featured in a story about the high school coverage more generally, but to specifically highlight the work that you guys have done and the camaraderie and collaboration that you do with other schools and programs speaks a lot to the level of professionalism that is already being instilled at this age. So props to you guys. Thank you to the parents that probably upgrade the Wi-Fi subscription at home to make sure that we can have good access to the internet and whatever other platforms and programs and editing software you've sunk some money into over the years. It's very, very, very cool to see.
Yeah, I can't really overstate what my board members have said. Like, as a sports junkie and just someone that can't get enough of the commentary, the journalism, the media environment. I just, a lot of kids are freelancers now, right? You're content creators, and to have structure and understand ethics and understand what it means to license your videos and build things in a way sets you guys. So I don't think you guys understand how much that sets you far and apart from your peers that are just taking their phones or GoPros and trying to, get followers. And you guys content is professionally done, well constructed, and consumed widely. Even if folks don't necessarily know your names, they can see your work. And I think that having that, the evidence of your talents to be able to, make your own money. Some of you guys are already making money doing that stuff, even helping local campaigns, have very slick videos that other people's wives go, why can't you have videos like that? Got to them first, dear. What do you want me to say? But I think it just speaks volumes to who you guys are, because we could give you the tools, but you guys got to do the work. And that's what we're so impressed with. That's what always impresses me, whether it's NBC, Mason Sports Radio, or the Chronicle, the standard that you guys hold yourselves to and the work you put out is just top tier. So just want to commend you all on the commitment to that, and really highlighting not only your community, but your peers, right? Because without these platforms, some of these athletes, you're helping kids potentially get thousands of dollars in scholarship money, right? Just by putting their games into places where coaches can see them. And how many schools have that? So just thank you guys, sincerely, truly, as Mr. Galvin said, long overdue. Continue to sweep the sheds and build that legacy, because this is an invaluable part of moving our culture and community forward. And so can't wait to see what you guys do in the future. You guys have really elevated our experience here. My kids get sick of it, like, Dad, do you have to watch it on YouTube? Yes, I have to watch the game on YouTube. We can go to the game or we can watch it on YouTube. And in either way, just seeing your team around the games and how you treat spectators and athletes, top tier. My one question is this: with all the media environment, what's next? We've got NBC, we've got the Chronicle, we've got sports radio, a podcast. We have a dream center. We have a dream center that has a podcast.
We've gone above that.
Okay, all right.
We've got our own. It's funny. Did somebody feed you some information?
Hey,
Insider
I'll never tell.
You should reveal your sources.
That's right, never.
Freelance journalist for us.
Yeah.
Actually, with the presentation of some of our students and some of our administration here in the district, we've got a podcast center that we have built, and we are right now in the practice phase of going in and doing some practice podcasts, learning a little bit more about the ability to tap in people from all over the country into the podcast. But Daniel is probably prepping for what we hope to be the expansion of our sports program with podcasting, but we've also got other topics that we want to bridge into. We want to go beyond, just the athletics, but we want to start bringing in guests and trends and some of the, especially in a school with so much diversity in it. There's so many stories to tell, both students and adults. But Daniel has already kind of started to put the groundwork together for the first sports podcast, and actually Ben Campbell, who's sitting here, is working on development of a podcast that we want to. Our goal is we want to sustain.
That's right.
We're not going to go jump right now without knowing that we can sustain. And we feel like we're just tapping into that. So don't be surprised if you get asked to come in to be guest on the podcast.
Love it. Well, thank you guys. Thank you, parents. Long overdue, but tremendous work, and can't wait to see what happens in the spring. Hopefully another championship for the Comets.
Yep.
We'd love to invite all the students to come down, shake the board members' hands. We have a little gift for you, and then I would love to take a picture.
You do that,
I do.
Mr. Connor, we got one for you to hold up in the picture if you're.
Oh, yeah, for sure. We need our guest Chronicle distributors. I can't wait for the Chronicle. Thanks so much. Thank you very much for asking great questions. I told them to be ready because they're going to have some tough questions. Thanks for being here. Thank you for being here. I like it. I think this is perfect. Just take it. Yeah, I'm in the. Take the photo. All right, come back this way. We're gonna do layers. There's gonna be a squat. It's gonna be fantastic. Daniel's a good boss. I'm going to the front. Always just kind of like a floating head in the back. I always try to get the attention to me. They might make us switch. We'll find a window. Desiree, do you have a window? Those are very tall boys. We can switch. Oh no! I like what's happening. Okay. Oh, now you're come on over here to the short section. Short section. Okay. No, you're great. Okay. All right. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Out of nowhere. I'm like, I'm ready. And so, that's where I think I know. And I always like, I've heard my mother-in-law who's a retired doctor, like, the nose spray is the best. Like, it's so much more. And like, it's non-reactive. Right? So maybe I will. Or I just need to do the nasal spray because it really is the best.
Meeting where we pause.
That's great. Yeah. You're doing great.
Thank you. Thank you, Charles. They're my safety net. You know, they are awesome.
They are, but you bring it out in them. So, it's so cool.
This guy right here is going to make his debut on our ABC broadcast here. So,
He was fantastic.
Charles.
yeah, he's a good talker.
Yes, he did.
He's into everything. The guy's probably going to be
A Renaissance man. Yeah.
someday.
I
am playing the real estate panel.
It's always dangerous to let a room full of journalists and media types just talk, right? And Charles, just talk. But
Earth to Charles.
I'll believe it when it's 21st. You do the gaveling back in.
so
We didn't take it. The group. Okay, great. We don't have a lot of committee meetings, like, so that'll, and I'm planning to be. Thank you very much. Have a good night. I didn't realize that. Yeah, right, oh, right.
Hey, Jonathan.
Well, because this one, we just had our last closing. Was it only 2 weeks ago? It's like a lot has happened.
That's right, you let Charles get us.
I lost him. Yeah.
Just tell him. He jumped in the fray.
No. Oh, let me get it, because everyone has a picture.
This is great.
Yeah, I love this.
Daniel and Dr. Cooper, to your right. To your right, to your right.
Oh, Dad wants one.
Right.
I mean, you might as well. He's here.
And Charles Wax right.
Target Charles.
No spatial awareness, my friend. No court awareness whatsoever.
Yeah, see, there's the things that you do. I was just in
Thank.
All right.
They are so, yes, that's right. Yes, I love it.
It's like he's on a rope line.
I'm gonna head out.
Thank you, guys. We're going to pause and let you guys exit so that we can finish up our board duties. But thank you, guys. We appreciate you guys so very much.
Yes. Agreed. Do it.
Oh, you do your thing.
As they're finishing up here, Mr. Connor did come to me about 10, 11 years ago. He was the very first teacher to talk to me when I got into the district as Chief Innovation Officer. He said, I have a plan. You got to come meet with me. And one of the big plans was we need more cameras to do this. I remember it. And you promised it would be a big thing. And here we are. 10 years later, you were right.
Let's see what's next. I don't the podcast. Mr.
Yeah.
Good.
Thank you, Mr. Connor. Appreciate you. That was great. All right, we are going to move on to item number 6, hearing of the public. And I do have a request to speak form, so I am going to read our disclaimer. Community participation at a board meeting is limited to the hearing of the public portion of the meeting. The board will not deliberate or decide any issue during the hearing of the public section. Each person is allotted 3 minutes until the total time of 30 minutes is used. In order to prevent disclosure of students' or employees' private information, the board will not allow any complaints about specific employees of the district in public session. With that said, we have Miss Vanessa Camarillo. So please come to the podium.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
My name is Vanessa Camarillo, and I am a resident in this district. I'm here because of an assault that occurred at one of our schools, and the district's disciplinary response did not include expulsion. On October 2025, a female student of Mason High School was violently attacked by a male student. The male student suddenly attacked the female student when she was getting out of a classroom. This attack involved punching her in multiple locations, pushing her towards a wall, and kicking her. The assault ended only because it was interrupted by faculty, which raises concern about how far it may have progressed without that intervention. While the assault was halted before more visible injuries occurred, it has inflicted irreparable harm to the victim and her family. The entire incident was captured on video, showing the victim was caught off guard and had no opportunity to defend herself. The footage also makes it evident that the attack was both deliberate and severe. I respectfully ask the board to consider whether the district's policies on assaults adequately account for the full context of an incident, not just its classification within the Code of Conduct. I also urge the board to review policies to ensure that disciplinary decisions place students' safety first, such as evaluating the impact of the victim's mental health and if the mere presence of the aggressor represents an ongoing danger. I also like to request the board to consider creating trauma-informed policies in support of victims when incidents like this occur. When violent assaults like this do not result in meaningful consequences, it raises serious concerns about whether student safety is being adequately protected and whether such behavior is truly being deterred. Severe psychological trauma from an assault like this constitutes serious physical harm under Ohio law, triggering the district's non-negotiable duty of care to prevent further endangerment. I urge the board to apply the enhanced disciplinary protections of House Bill 206 in this and cases like this to avoid causing further severe harm to victims. Prioritizing the safety of the harmed student through trauma-informed measures is the only way to ensure a safe learning environment and avoid the need for state-level review. Thank you.
Thank you. Tracy, do we have any additional comment? Thank you very much. So we will move to item number 7, superintendent's recommendation, personnel items. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Dr. Cooper.
Yes, this evening, because we were here recently, we do not have a huge list, but we do have some things on here that are important. We do have more substitute teachers. You'll see that in section H coming on board. We do have a couple retirements that I'll just mention. We have a retirement at MECC with Jill Batcher at 37 years. We want to thank you for your service here. Another retirement, I believe, at 24 years. At MECC preschool, this is a person that would help our administrative assistant at preschool to help all of our young families get accommodated with the school at 24 years. Michelle Fishley, we want to thank you for your service here as well. On this agenda, you'll also notice that we do have more coaches coming on board for the spring with softball and track, and we're just so grateful for our coaches that are willing to step up. That's you'll find that in section W. And then we have summer activities already coming on board on section AD. You'll see science discovery camp, so make sure if you've not started doing your summer planning as a family, we have all kinds of opportunities for you to get signed up for. Make sure you get your kids signed up for that summer activity. And then we also have in the last section, you'll see some enrichment activities actually in section AF, which just remind us that we have all kinds of great things coming up. One is the Sister Act coming up with our musical in the spring. Highly encourage you to mark your calendars. I don't know the date off the top of my head, but I would look that up, find out when you can be a part of that. You will not want to miss the Sister Act. I know some of the main folks that are in it, and they are outstanding. And so please mark your calendar. And then the last section, in section AJ, we do have some contracted personnel. One I'll just mention, Mark Merzanowski, we're grateful. I know he has retired, but he's coming back as a contractor to help us. We've asked him to be a project manager to help us with the transition in our innovation department and technology, and he has been great to just come in and be a point person to answer questions and support our staff as we move forward in that transition. I think that's all for personnel this evening.
Thank you, Dr. Cooper. Any additional commentary? Seeing none, Mr. Bevan, please call the roll.
Mr. Orr?
Yes.
Mr. Steele?
Yes.
Mr. Galvin?
Yes.
Mrs. Badgie?
Yes.
Mrs. Timmons?
Yes.
5-0.
Moving on to item number 7, superintendent's recommendations. Wait, yep. Nope. 8. Number 8, superintendent's recommendations, action items. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Dr. Cooper.
All right, a few items here. The first is every few years we do a review, and we have multiple companies put a bid in for our copier agreement, and that is a big agreement when you look at our whole entire district. I don't know off the top of my head how many copiers we have, but the list is on here, so if you look at the contract, but it's significant. Sean Bevan's office does a great job at facilitating that. They get feedback from all around the district, and Woodall will be our new provider. When does that begin the next?
That'll start July 1st.
July 1st, so that'll come in July 1st. So it'll be a big transition, so to give staff a heads up, that'll be coming in July. Chad, Tryon, that agreement is an agreement we do annually. If you remember, we have a property on the north side of the district, and there's a farmer who actually farms the land on both sides and asked if he could transport through our property. And so this is an agreement every year to make sure that we're able to do that. That is item B. Item C is a second reading and approval of a new course that we have brought through. Talked about last time, talked about student achievement, but it's our ASL 4 class, very popular class. We're excited to get that approved this evening to move forward. Book disposal list is item D. That's pretty standardized. Anytime we have books that are ready to be retired because they've been so popular and overused, or they're maybe not getting used at all and we're ready for new books to take their spots on the shelf, we do have a book disposal process for that, and that goes through our library system as well. Section E, or item E, is nurse and care. That is for a specific student who has some medical needs in preschool, and that nurse will support that student in that process coming into preschool. Item F is evaluation for a student. It's an outside evaluation to help us to have a full, well-rounded understanding of the student's needs, and so that we can best make decisions to how to support the student and the family. And item G, again, is a behavior intervention consultant agreement, helping us with a specific situation where we need some additional evaluation and support for a student, and just making sure that we have the support there for their success in our schools. Those are the items on superintendent recommendations tonight.
Thank you, Dr. Cooper. Any additional commentary? I will just say I'm excited for the ASL 4 as a dad of a sign language kid. That's awesome that we're bringing that in. So
I would agree. I'm a mom of a kid that's going to benefit from that, and or actually two probably. But we are very excited that that's coming in-house.
Yep.
So,
our kids are thrilled.
Yeah.
Very cool opportunity.
So, seeing no additional commentary, Mr. Bevan, please call the roll.
Mr. Steele?
Yes.
Mr. Galvin?
Yes.
Mrs. Badge?
Yes.
Mrs. Timmons?
Yes.
Mr. Orr?
Yes.
5-0.
And we are on to item number 9, the treasurer's report. I need a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Bevan.
So we have a light report tonight since we're early in the month. We'll have our February monthly reports on April's meeting agenda for approval. We do have some donations and grants on the agenda tonight, over $35,000 worth. So just, again, always grateful for our community partners that are donating. And then the biggest chunk of that was from a HAY grant that some of our wellness team members obtained. And so grateful for their work on that, to be able to use that to support kids in the district.
Thank you, Mr. Bevan. Any additional commentary? Seeing none, Mr. Bevan, please call the roll.
Mr. Galvin?
Yes.
Mrs. Batchy?
Yes.
Mrs. Timmons?
Yes.
Mr. Orr?
Yes.
Mr. Steele?
Yes.
5-0.
And we are on to item number 10, which is committee reports. And we will start, it looks like, arts and activities.
Yes. Well, Dana and I attended the meeting last Thursday already, and we did approve the marching band proposal, but it's top secret. So the band department is excited and getting ready to release that to their students in a really cool way. So we'll wait until they make the announcement. But we're excited we were able to approve that to be on top of their plans for their busy summer that they're going to be taking part in. We did approve one new club at the high school, Sales and Marketing Club. And additionally, this evening, you approved a lot of stipends for our summer programs, especially our Science Discovery Camp. I think you approved about 12 or 13 of those. Our flag football stipend for our girls' flag football team were also approved, and they have begun their season. And Brandon reported that, Mr. Rumpy's, that it's going well, and there's a lot of interest. So we're excited to see where that goes. A few other things. We did approve the drama spring production, as we talked about, Sister Act, and some of our players, keyboardist, bass player, and trumpet player. We have 2 Science Olympiad national trips planned. So the middle school and the high school will have qualified and will be attending in May for those events. So that's exciting. And then we approved the creation of our drama program as well. So
Do you know where those Science Olympiad competitions are held?
I think they're in Are they going to California? Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Good year to be in the program.
Yes. Yes.
Sometimes they don't always get to fly out west.
Yeah. And they're going to miss the last 2 days, but they've already started working with their teachers about finals and making that up and making those arrangements. So that's exciting.
I remember a year we had a national championship team that missed graduation, but we gave them
a separate graduation. Why would they do it then? I mean,
right at the end of the year. Yes.
Anyway.
Right.
I didn't see.
Coast, they're out there in June for sure.
Some aren't seniors.
Fine, but I'm
with you, Mr. Steele.
You should know by now, Mason is coming.
Mason's calendar is supreme.
Plan accordingly.
Thank you, Dr. Blessing. So we will transition to student achievement, and I think that's Dr. Brennan.
It is. Thank you. Yes, we met on February 26th. We had the opportunity to hear updates and provide insight about some really exciting work that Dr. Carmen Scalfaro here, our business department teacher leader, has been leading and working closely with Dr. Buemiller, our learning experience supervisor, around shaping what we're calling our Comet career pathways. And really what this is taking the incredible offerings that we already have within our business department, which are another one of the benefits of being a big school. We see today with our Mason Sports Broadcasting, just one example of the kinds of unique opportunities we can provide our students, and the same is true within our business department. And it's really matching those up and formalizing them to align with career technical education offerings within the state. And what that does is opens up some additional opportunities for students in terms of accessing college credit. So there are offerings if you're a CTE or career tech ed class, simply by taking the class and doing well, you get college credit within any public university in Ohio. Also creates new opportunities around industry recognized credentials. So more students will be able to leave with that along with their diploma. And to new sources of funding from the state and potentially federal grants as well. So really excited about, that's something Dr. Scalfaro has been working closely with the department on during our staff journey days, actually, to really develop out those pathways. It will not limit, we say pathway, but students can hop in or out. They can still just take an accounting class or a marketing class, or there will also be, though, some more clear steps that they could take if they wanted to follow that through their high school career. So starting with finance and marketing, and then seeing where it goes from there. We could see down the road, we shared, cybersecurity is another area where there could be a natural fit. It's taking the things we already do and just really amplifying them. And also had an opportunity to learn about what some of our youngest learners have been doing related to math. So we're in year 2 of implementing the illustrative math curriculum, and loved hearing from Mrs. Bly, our principal, as well as 2 of our 2nd grade teachers, Corey Harris and Abigail Rossiter, just about one, the learning and support that they've had as educators with a new curriculum, and also the impact it's had on their students as learners. And heard from some of those students was a highlight too, just about them, how they feel about themselves as mathematicians, and then got to visit classrooms to see it in action.
That is amazing that we continue to build out the opportunities for our students to pursue things that they deem worthwhile. And that's part of our commitment. So thank you, Dr. Brennan. That takes us to item number 11, legislative update, and we'll go to Dr. Cooper for that.
All right, just a quick update on, we have been actively involved in some of the different bills that are heading through both the House and the Senate. We've talked here about House Bill 661. That is the bill that's the NIL bills that we've talked about as a athletic committee, and also here we also have House Bill 455, which is a deregulation bill that we asked for some consideration around how they're thinking about the measure that is a future ready measure on our report card. And we were able to share some of our district's perspective on that. We gave some data and written testimony to that. Also, we were able to go up and share that with the Senate and share kind of where we are on that. Senate Bill 19 is another one that we're watching closely. We put together a proposal for how Senate Bill 19 should be adjusted. So Senate Bill 19 is a big, it's all about math intervention, and it will require training, it will require time, it will require documentation. It'll be similar to the reading intervention programs that came on where we had the science of reading and everyone got trained, and then we have the RIMP plans, the reading intervention plans. That takes a lot of logistics and work and impacts on a district. So what we're asking them to do at the state level, and hopefully they'll hear this, is if they're going to move forward with this, that would at least make a consideration to some of the local things we already have in place so that we can manage that system. Both systems can be very similar and aligned, so our teachers aren't expected to do something different for reading than we are for math in terms of the process that we go through. So that is active work that we're involved in now, and I'm hoping to hear even this week on how that's impacting based on the language that we submitted. Those are just three. There's lots of bills. There's 700 bills. I mean, it's like 700 bills, I think, in the House right now. I mean, it's ridiculous how many bills are flying around. So these are just, we're prioritizing the ones that are moving quicker that will actually impact us. Many of the bills we will not see come to fruition, so we're trying to navigate that closely.
Well, we appreciate your efforts as it pertains to protecting our interests in Columbus, Dr. Cooper, so thank you. And that's why we don't do Subject B, which is the board member legislative update, because we trust our superintendent to advocate for our interests. So we will move on to item number 12, administrator commentary, and we will begin with Mrs. Carson.
Well, since we met, we had a couple of really fantastic Mirrors and Windows events, Black History Fest, and also our 19th annual Taste of Mason. And I just, when we think about legacy and we think about big moments for our Mirrors and Windows, this was our 19th year for Taste of Mason, and we had some pretty stalwart people who had been leading that charge, including Angie Engen for many years, taking a big leading role there, and Jim and Mary Lee Venemeyer. And this year, as people needed to start transitioning into different work, we kind of gathered up a new team of people, and they really stepped up in big, huge ways. And so many thanks to the people who for many years have caretaken, making Taste of Mason continue to be such an important moment. I mean, almost 2,000 people, and I think many of you were there. It is unbelievable what the community we get to serve and to stay with in that moment. But having Grayson, who is here tonight, and our sports radio, and Ruhi, and we had new for this year, we had student MCs, which we've never done before, and they stepped up beautifully. Ruhi and Grayson, Iman and Ramin all did just a fantastic job. We had a new choir teacher who helped us lead the way. Lisby Hannah, stepped right up to help organize the music and to, going back and forth with the organizers to make sure we were pronouncing things correctly and then giving that to our student MCs. Those things are hard to do, and did it beautifully. Dr. Brennan helped make sure that our performers were there on time. Our new partnership with Scioto, they had really fantastic custodial staff helping us that night. And then just a whole lot, our student activities department really revamped our student carnival and made it really spectacular. I had a 4.5-year-old who didn't want to leave and loved every minute of it. But I would be really remiss without saying a major, major thank you to my admin assistant, Leslie Turner, who just works tirelessly for really months to make sure Black History Fest, and then turn around a week later, Taste of Mason, that we go off without a hitch. So many, many, many thanks to her. And knowing that for our student activities department and all the things, we do have an amazing middle school performance getting ready to happen this weekend, Aladdin Jr., which will be fantastic, and a good reminder that our Golden Comet card holders get in free. Dr. Cooper mentioned Sister Act, and I did a quick check. That's April 24th, 25th, and 26th. And again, Golden Comet card holders will get that to get in for free for that. I would say Aladdin Jr. would be a great one if you have young kids. And I think I looked on a couple of days ago because I bought a couple extra tickets, and there were still some tickets available at that time. This weekend is also our second Mason Makers Market. That was such a cool experience last year. Do come bringing cash and ready to spend some money because our students have all kinds of fantastic things to show, but it's just a wonderful showcase. Just high school students though. We actually have fielded a lot of calls from community members who'd like to be part of this. At this point, this is really important for our students to get to showcase the spin-off things that they've been doing, spinning up their own businesses, having their own crafts that they've created, and songs and all kinds of things, that photography businesses. So that's on the horizon as well.
Thank you, Mrs. Carson, and we'll move to Dr. Brennan.
Well, I would be remiss if I didn't also recognize Tracy Carson in helping to make those incredible events happen with Black History Fest and Taste of Mason. So she is the driving force in bringing us all together to do that. So thank you. They are really special and so energizing. So I also did want to mention, very excited for our fourth and final for this year's Student Journey Day, which is this Friday. We've kind of gone around our portrait compass, starting with a focus on being a learner, and then a leader and a citizen, and now it's you. What does that mean for each individual student? It's been something new this year. We asked our families, went to our community, say, what would it take to make this happen, and what would it take to make it both meaningful and manageable were the two words we were looking for. And one common theme was really some support in school before the day and after the day to prep students so they're sort of ready to go, and then there's something meaningful to come back to, so there's a reason to do it. So I wanted to thank our educators. We had a chance to get together with them across all of our buildings, our momentum leads who've helped to design those. We were calling them our launch and landing experiences for Journey Days, along with other team members within their buildings, and have put just a lot of thought and care. And we knew it was something new, wouldn't be perfect, but it was something to get us closer to that vision of a space where students can really explore and understand their own strengths and their future goals in different ways than they might otherwise have been able to. Our wayfinding video was just one great little example of those opportunities that are created for students to connect in new ways. So thank you to those educators. Thank you to our community partners. We've just had dozens of really cool opportunities and some nice new partnerships for our students, and excited to see how they've stepped up and been excited to do that. And then, of course, to our families who are supporting those days, and our students who are jumping in and taking advantage of them. It's been really exciting to see how it's grown, and we'll continue to learn and think about how we can continue to grow it in future years.
That is amazing. And as a parent of a kid that likes to participate, the opportunities are really age appropriate and really spot on. So thank you guys. Dr. Blessing.
Thank you. I just want to echo what Amy said, Tracy and Leslie. It was a great event, and it was so exciting. And I can't wait to sample all the food next year. I didn't get to stay for the whole thing, so that's my goal next year. And also to Mr. Connor and our Mason Sports Radio, what a fine group of folks. And we were able to visit his classroom, just last month when he received the Golden Apple Award, right? Yes, so that was exciting. Welcome, David, to the table this evening. We're so excited to have you, and already started working with David, so we're really happy that you're here and your first official board meeting. So yes, and congratulations to our retirees this evening. I know we'll have more as we move into spring and summer, and also for those folks who are looking to become Comets, check our consortium. The Cincinnati Consortium is where we have all our openings, and we do foresee possibly even in April starting to have some new hires. Our building principals are getting started with their teams to start hiring our latest group of new hires. So thank you.
Amazing. Thank you, Dr. Blessing. Mr. Knapp, first official board meeting. Welcome.
Yes, thank you.
The floor is yours.
Proud to be here. I got to put on my Mason green pin this evening and got me a pair of green Nike shoes, so I'm feeling very official, the name placard. Thanks to Dr. Blessing for the warm welcome. Thank you to you all. 2 weeks in, I'm still working full-time, my current district, but excited for the opportunity with some transition days and getting to dive right in. So getting to talk to lots of new people, and just explore all things Mason. I actually showed up about 10 minutes early this evening. Dr. Brenna walked me through the Dream Center a couple weeks ago, but I needed to go back and spend some more time in there just to take it all in. Amazing resources and opportunities here for kids, obviously, but most importantly, fantastic people. So just starting to get some time with those folks and get to know the people and opportunities to dive in and help support our students and our staff. Worked through a big transition with our student information system with Power School, as Dr. Cooper mentioned earlier. So I want to thank Mark Merzanowski, who's stepped up and really leading the charge on that with the team, with the Technology Innovation Department to walk our staff through a big change. Moving our student information systems is a big move, and it's a big opportunity for Mason. So happy to have Mark there in the transition, and also a big shout out to Nicole Evans too, our executive assistant in our department. She's been amazing, helping keep me organized and up to date with everything going on as I'm working remotely right now. So just happy to be here and proud to be a Comet, so thank you.
Excited to have you. Thank you so much. Mr. Messer.
All right. Well, I just want to say amazing work to Dale Connor and also Tim King and Rick Boyle. I know Rick Boyle is an amazing community partner that we have that just continues to work with our kids and give us anything we ask for. It seems like he just steps up and does that. Also, I heard her name out there, Michelle Fishley. I heard Dale say it's kind of cool because their group does a lot of things. This is a person who has led levies, who has done after prom, who has, I think she's the only person who's been the preschool secretary at MECC. And so just to hear her name, and I was blessed, I taught both of her kids. And so I've known her for a long time. But to see her, that's a true legacy work there. She does amazing work, and she will be missed. But also, it's March Madness. I mean, is there anything better than Miami University being 31-0? One thing's better is 32-0, so we'll see pretty soon. That's all I've got.
A few thank yous tonight, Mr. Connor and the Mason Sports Radio team. I think he mentioned 60,000 views this year, and our family has definitely been one of those. And various people have mentioned watching or listening to broadcasts out of state. We've definitely been part of that group as well. So they just do an amazing job, and so grateful for them. I also wanted to mention Rick Boyle and Creative Contracting. They were in that video for working with the MI kids, but they have also, Rick has been a very faithful supporter and worker with our XLP program, Joe Schroeder, and they've got a grant with MI Homes, and they're doing a lot of work here locally, even with our high school kids as well. And so it's just been amazing to see that program grow and to see kids interested in it. So here's a guy and a group and a company that's supporting locally. They're not getting paid for it. They're just out there providing opportunities for kids, and we're so really grateful for them.
Thank you, Mr. Bevan. Dr. Cooper.
Yeah, thanks again, Tracy, continuing our inclusive excellence commitment and just the work, all of our mirrors and windows. Dr. Brennan, and just our commitment to purposeful learning. This year has been amazing with our journey days, and that team has just lifted us and got us in the right place, and we couldn't do it without him. We had our career launch. I mean, I know we went through the numbers, but now it's the work. They all came to us, but now it's like figuring out where they all plug in. So Laura's been, keeping track of all, like, who's going here, and that's a lot of detail, especially, and it's moving quick. So we appreciate it. David, just jumping in, man. That's great to see you here. I told the team we would probably be maybe the summer transition, but the fact that you're here, we're thrilled to have you on board. Eric and I, Mr. Messer and I, we get to grow together often, but we got to grow together another level last week when we were going through our whole team did, but we got to go through the scary event of the safety event that we went through when we had a threat here at the high school. I just want to thank, if you're a community member paying attention to this, just know the way that our community responded. Our staff was outstanding, keeping our students just calm and continuing with the program. Our students responded beautifully. Our administrators here at the high school were just, you would be so proud of them. If you're a parent out there, you'd just be happy your kids are in a school where they're just keeping their heads on and just thinking through things. And our partnership with the Mason Police Department and even other local authorities that came in to just support us to make sure we were safe. It was a sick prank call, but we went through the whole protocol just to make sure that we understood that we were safe and felt safe on our end. So thank you, and thank you, board, for making sure we have those partnerships in place. We are really grateful. We talk about being a big school with amazing opportunities. You heard some of those opportunities tonight. Dale Connor, I don't know if you heard me say this, but he was the first person, Dale Connor and his teaching partner at the time, who's not here anymore, he's teaching somewhere else. Yeah, Craig Moran. So if you're out there, Craig. They came to me and sat me down, I think it was the first week, said, I know you're new here, but we got to do some things here. And I didn't know what I was doing. I barely knew anybody. They were first people to hit me up. And you can see what they're doing. I mean, that's the stuff they had planned. They had a plan. And they're doing all that stuff. I just said, okay, well, we'll get some new cameras and some things. I had no idea what he was thinking, but I'm so glad to see where he is today. It's amazing. I also want to just thank everybody for their compassion and care. We have had really hard events, not just safety events, but hard events just in life in general. And our hearts go out, Mr. Brown and his family and just the community wrapping around and supporting him. And then also we have had other events happen behind the scenes that people don't know about that are happening on a regular basis with our staff. And then other communities that are going through really, really difficult times. And our prevention and wellness team able to go on site to other districts because of your support of our prevention and wellness team. We were in a listening session with them the other day, and they were sharing how they signed up for this job to support Mason students, and they do that, but they did not realize even some of the benefit of going beyond the walls of Mason to go on site to support other districts and to see other districts benefit from our therapy dogs and some of our service. And so just grateful. I just want you to hear that it's making a big impact on us, but also on other districts as well. Thanks.
Thank you, Dr. Cooper. Brings us to item number 13, board commentary. I'm going to switch it up and start with Mrs. Timmons.
I think you started with me last time. That's fine. That's fine. New guy. Well, I will start by saying today when we got to approve the ASL class, I was so thankful, but I also get to now serve on the Student Achievement Committee, which lets me see the inner workings of how we adopt curriculum and the thoughtful way that happens. And aside from me being personally excited because my kids can stay here and not have to go outside of the building to continue their ASL work, I was so thankful that there is a process in place that is so thoughtful, that ties the curriculum decisions to our core values and the curriculum needs of our district. I knew it was happening, but now I got to see it and be part of it, and I absolutely loved it. And then to be able to do it with ASL 4 was very cool. So I'm so excited we're providing that opportunity for that language to go all the way through their high school career. The second thing was student achievement. I don't mean to dote on the same committee, but I didn't realize that there was an opportunity to do class visits, and I don't think that happens every time, but it happened this time, and it was so very fun to actually get in a classroom and see the work that's happening with students and watch a rock star kindergarten teacher teach math to these little kids, and just so successfully, and it was just fantastic. So I really, really enjoyed that, and I just can't wait to do more stuff like that. It was just really cool to be in the building and experiencing that. Over the last 2 weeks since we met last time, I also went to Black History Fest, which was phenomenal. And I had heard Tracy talk about the YOLO band and how I wasn't going to be able to not dance. And I was like, nah, I'm a board member now. I don't dance. But I will definitely say I was serving green beans and dancing. Can confirm. It was amazing. The whole event was so full of joy and fun. And I just had a blast. And I know the community just adored it. So thanks to everyone that helped put that on, because it was so much fun and such a great Mirrors and Window event. And then, of course, like turn around, follow it up one week later to Taste of Mason, and I ate everything. I think we sampled almost every booth. And what I didn't sample in the moment, I brought home for my family, and we had a second dinner at home because my kids weren't able to go, and everything was delicious, and again, full of joy and so much fun to just celebrate our community in that way. So I'm so thankful for these opportunities and just for our community coming together in such a way. So thanks for those that put that on.
Thank you, Mrs. Timmons. Mr. Galvin.
Well, I want to reiterate our congrats to the Mason Sports Radio students that came out tonight, and just fun to recognize them and see their excitement and their family's excitement as well, up close and in person. And on that note, I think we have wrestling still alive in the state tournament, so winter sports are not quite done yet. Boys and girls, and so wish them well. I think the rest of our winter sports have called it a season. I think I saw that our track teams had a great indoor state meet this past weekend. So looking forward to kicking off the spring sports schedule. I also wanted to just acknowledge, we don't get public participation at a lot of our meetings, but any time that we do, I know that everybody on our board appreciates that, in particular because you're spending time in your evening that you have other things going on, coming to share your concerns or opinions or thoughts or things like that. So those are always welcome and always appreciated. If you're not familiar with the way our meetings go, it's not always the most fulfilling means of communicating with our board because, as Ian alluded to in the disclaimer ahead of time, we don't get into a conversation, we don't get into a back and forth. So for anybody that would love to address the board, I'd encourage you to find us on the school website. We've all got our emails, we've all got our personal phones on there. All of our board members are more than willing and happy to talk about things, probably at a in greater detail and depth than what the hearing of the public 3 minutes usually affords folks. And I know that our administration cares deeply about resolving concerns and things as well. So we will definitely be following up with those concerns that we heard this evening. And last for tonight. I wanted to plug the Mason Historical Society is having an essay writing contest that they have invited all the students in Mason, including those in our buildings, but also our private school friends and homeschooled friends, to take part in an essay writing contest related to the 250th birthday of America. And so if you are a student in grades 3 through 12, there's different essay prompts for the different grades depending on what grade you fall into. But I know that the city of Mason is getting some plans and things underway to celebrate this summer. I've already seen some banners and signage around town. And I think that's a great opportunity for our kids. And I think there's some perhaps scholarship money prize attached to that stuff. Use of AI is prohibited, so you'll have to do a little digging, and this is one of those things where the joy is in the journey of drafting and researching and giving some thought to it, and it doesn't have to be a quick, efficient plug the prompt in and spit out a essay at the last minute. But the deadline for submitting those is May 1st, so to everybody who may be going somewhere for spring break or getting, having some extra time on your hands for our remaining journey days, I would encourage you to look into that. That's all for me.
Thank you, Mr. Galvin. Ms. Batchy.
Thank you, Ian.
You're welcome.
I just wanted to touch on, I think both of you already touched on this, to Miss Vanessa that spoke tonight, that I know it may feel awkward that she pours a lot of thought and heart into her commentary, and it did not fall on deaf ears, and that is certainly on our radar to investigate and look deeper into the thoughtful things that she was concerned about. So, like Mr. Galvin alluded to, it is somewhat awkward because it feels like we don't care, but we do care. Aggregately, we care. Second of all, our hearts are with Clinton Massey. I just wanted to thank Dr. Cooper for sending the dogs for an awful tragedy where they lost several elementary school aged children. I know the appreciation was very, very deep. So thank you for our prevention and wellness team, for supporting our neighbors. I don't know why. It is such an emotional, I don't know. I feel like the work we do is just so deep. And it hits me as soon as I sit in this seat and talk into the microphone. But I'm just very proud of what we do to support each other and our neighbors. So thank you.
Thank you, Desiree. Appreciate it. Vice President Steele.
Yeah, but we've hit on a lot of stuff. Just want to thank Dale Connor again for all that he's done with the Mason Sports Radio, and again, as the dad of a kid who's interested, and I think a brother who's interested too. I think of the little twin brothers, and I have envisioned Steele twin brothers involvement in sports radio someday. We'll see if we can make that happen. But just it's just a really good example of what so many of our educators in Mason do to inspire our students and to make their dreams come true and do things that we could have never imagined. And so welcome, David. I can't wait until however many 10 years out to see which teacher called you on your first official day and said, hey, I've got this idea. We got to focus on this thing because it's going to be something. And if it's not on the first day, it'll maybe on the second or third day. And seriously, I'm really excited to see where you're going to take us in partnership with our educators. So welcome aboard. Thank you. Thrilled to have you. And I wanted to echo the thanks and appreciation for Tracy and your team and so many people in the district who put on such amazing events, especially lately, the Black History Fest and Taste of Mason. What's so amazing about it is that it's like these are celebrations for sure, and these are big events, but those are weaved into the fabric of Mason because our inclusive excellence work is weaved into our fabric. And so, could you imagine if we didn't have one of these events one year? I mean, we would have some people standing up here talking to us because they've just become so, like I said, just part of our fabric and just such an ingrained way and such a great way to celebrate everything that's so great about our diverse community. And so thank you for the work to continue that. And I can also attest, having been serving plantains next to the green beans, Danny could not help herself but to dance every time she put some beans on people's plate. So thank you to everyone who participated and showed up and celebrated.
Thank you, Matt. Tonight was awesome to be able to celebrate the group that celebrates our student athletes and the amazing work that they do in highlighting our athletics program is not lost. But I don't know if everyone knows, and some of us kind of alluded to it. They operate in a really nice media ecosystem that exists in this school district. So they do the sports, but there's Mason Broadcasting that will update you on what's happening in the high school. And then there's the Chronicle, which is a student-led newspaper. And all this is under the umbrella of Mr. Connor. And one of those, the editor-in-chief of the Chronicle, was named the Ohio Scholastic Media Association Journalist of the Year. So congratulations to Allie Kime. Huge award. It just kind of speaks to what my fellow board members have been saying about the opportunities that we provide for our students to express themselves and express their passions and explore the things that they want to do, not when they get older, but right now. And that's really amazing. But to sports, winter sports, Anna Habra was the GMC Player of the Year. And then we had Bella Tepley. She's a state champion in the 200 free, I think it was. And then Mark Sullivan was named Boys and Girls Coach of the Year. Azare Hawkins pulls off the sprint double indoor state in the 60 meter and 200. So she was the state champion in indoor, and those girls were runner up in the state. Again, Hope Stash by Hilliard Davison, who snipped us last year in outdoor. I am not bitter at all. I'm super bitter and not over it. And our girls swim team was also state runner-up in that. So again, just what we do in Mason is provide opportunities for these kids to really go and be amazing, and very grateful. I always love your heart for what we do. It comes through in how you serve and what you say. So don't ever feel self-conscious about how you feel about this work, because I feel the same way. I may not cry, but I feel the same way, and it is hard work. To what Miss Camarillo said tonight, it kind of dovetails into what happened this past week. We care about our student safety. We invest in our student safety. We obsess, I would say, over our student safety. And so for a student to feel unsafe in our school district is a thing that we take very seriously. It is not flippant. And so we will follow up with you and make sure that your concerns, if there are more or broader, can be addressed. But I would want our community to know that sending your child into our district every day is a good decision, because we care about who they are as a person, and we want to make sure that they are safe. And so just grateful that I know the 4 other people sitting next to me show up to this work with that in mind. And it shows up because then we will go extend that care to other districts, and I'm grateful for that as well. So be safe. On that note, spring break is coming up. Recharge, be safe. It's amazing to think. I was telling Charles as we walked into the work session, like, man, school's almost over.
Third quarter ends this week, right?
It's the thing moves fast, and blink and you'll miss it, but excited for the sprint to the finish after spring break. But I hope folks take that opportunity to reset, recharge, do something that you're passionate about, or reconnects to something that you care about. And if you can, help someone else. And I think there's an opportunity to do that. Shine Like Sable's putting on a package, stuffing this weekend, I think on Sunday. So if you can serve and you're able, please come out and help that effort for those that may have a little less than you. So with that, I will take a motion to adjourn.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Yes. Have a great night, everybody.